Have you ever walked into a crowded room and felt like 1,000 cameras were suddenly pointed at you, capturing every single move and tiny mistake? A tiny wrinkle on your shirt or a slight stumble in your speech feels like a massive disaster that everyone is whispering about behind your back. In your mind, the world is focused on your flaws, laughing at your every insecurity as if you were the main attraction of a cruel show. Welcome to the spotlight effect, the psychological, invisible chain that keeps you prisoner to the perceived opinions of people who are likely not even looking. This mental trap distorts your reality, making you believe that your every action is being scrutinized by a judgmental audience that doesn't actually exist at all. But today, we are going to break those chains and show you how to step out of the glare and reclaim your social freedom and confidence. In 1999, researchers at Cornell University conducted a famous experiment to see if we really are as noticed as we think we are in public. Professor Thomas Gilovich wanted to prove that humans are naturally prone to overestimating how much attention others actually pay to our appearance and our behavior. They asked a student to wear a very embarrassing t-shirt featuring Barry Manilow and walk into a room full of people for a short time. The student was terrified, convinced that every person in that room would notice the ridiculous shirt and mock them for their poor choice of fashion. He predicted that at least 50% of the people in the room would recognize the face on his shirt and judge him for it instantly. However, the reality of the situation was shockingly different from what the student's anxious brain had led him to believe during the entire social interaction. In truth, only 23% of the people actually noticed the shirt. The majority of the room didn't even register that he was there at all. The study proved that we are narcissistic in our anxiety, imagining a level of public interest that is twice as high as the actual recorded reality. This gap between perception and reality is the key to your freedom. Most people are simply too busy with their own lives to notice yours. The truth is, everyone is the protagonist of their own movie. They are so worried about their own spotlight that they have no time for yours. While you are worrying about a stain on your shirt, they are likely worrying about a text they sent or how their own hair looks today. So why does your brain betray you like this? Why does it insist on making you feel like the center of the universe in every situation? We live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, inside our own heads. Our entire experience of the world is filtered through our own perspective. Because you are always present for your own life, you become hyper-aware of your own actions, thoughts, and flaws, assuming everyone else is too. This is a fundamental cognitive bias. You know the history of your mistakes, so you project that knowledge onto the blank faces of the people around you. In the movie of your life, you are the lead actor, the director, and the critic. But to everyone else, you are just a background extra. When you realize you are just a passing face in someone else's story, the pressure to be perfect suddenly disappears into the thin air of reality. These chains are forged by an evolutionary need to belong to the tribe, where being noticed for a mistake could once mean social exile and death. Your brain is still using an ancient survival system that treats a social awkwardness as if it were a life-threatening attack from a dangerous forest predator. It is an outdated piece of biological software that hasn't been updated for the modern world, where strangers don't actually care about your minor social slips. To break free, you need a technique called cognitive restructuring. It is about changing the way you interpret the signals your brain is sending you. The first step is to label the emotion. When you feel that spotlight heat, tell yourself, "This is just my brain being overprotective and nothing more." By naming the feeling, you take away its power. You move from being the victim of the emotion to being the objective observer of the sensation. The second step is the perspective shift. Stop looking at yourself and start looking at others. Observe their own little quirks and their own visible nervous habits. Look closely, and you will see a man adjusting his tie for the 10th time, or a woman checking her teeth in her phone's dark screen. They are in their own spotlight, fighting their own invisible battles. They have zero mental energy left to judge the way you just walked into the room. When everyone is a star in their own mind, nobody is an audience member for yours. This realization is the ultimate key to feeling invisible and safe. Ask yourself, if you saw someone drop a spoon in a busy restaurant, how long would you actually remember that event? 10 seconds? Maybe 5? You would forget it almost instantly because it doesn't matter to your life. So why do you think others will remember your mistakes for any longer? Your embarrassing moments are not etched into the history books of others. They are fleeting whispers that vanish as soon as the next thought arrives. The third step is the invisible experiment. Try doing something slightly odd on purpose, like wearing mismatched socks or walking with a slightly different stride today. You will quickly notice that the world does not stop. No one points, no one laughs, and most importantly, the sun still sets at the end. This evidence-based approach trains your brain to understand that the spotlight is an illusion you created, and it can be dismantled just as easily as it started. Real confidence is not the belief that everyone will like you. It is the steady knowledge that you will be perfectly fine, even if they don't. When you drop the mask of perfection, you allow yourself to actually connect with others, rather than just performing for a crowd that isn't even watching. This mantra will be your shield. Repeat it whenever you feel the heat of the spotlight returning to burn your skin in a social setting today. The secret to mastering any social situation is to stop being a mirror and start being a light. Focus your energy on the person in front. When you are genuinely curious about someone else, your brain doesn't have the capacity to be worried about how you are being perceived at that moment. Practice deep, belly breathing to calm your nervous system. This tells your ancient brain that there are no predators nearby, and you are safe to relax. You are no longer a target. You are just a part of the beautiful, messy flow of human life. You belong here, just as much as anyone. The spotlight was never real. It was just a shadow cast by your own ego. Now that the light is gone, you can finally see clearly again. Every social interaction becomes an opportunity for connection rather than a test you have to pass. You are free to fail and free to succeed. True mastery is moving through the world as an observer, enjoying the show of life without the crushing weight of being the star of every scene. Your journey to social freedom starts with a single step out of your own head. It's time to stop worrying and start living your life. For your exercise today, go out and do one slightly silly thing in public. Then, come back and tell us your experience in the comments below. You will be surprised to find that the world doesn't end. Subscribe to the channel to join us on the path to becoming your very best self. I am the Silent Brave Heart Tales, and I will see you in the next video. Remember, you are much less important to others than you think, and that's wonderful.